All right, what's going on, everyone? We're back. It's time to implement the collisions for the particles, or at least that's going to be the first step. Um, a lot of this is like figuring out what next. Like, what am I going to do next? After I implement the collision for the particles, what do I move towards then? I mean, after that point, if it's like working with the barrels and stuff, we will have um, an actual working like loop for the system, or like it will come full circle. We'll have a way to, create an actual chemical effect and then apply it directly onto an object, at which point another question is going to be, are we going to try and somehow expand that more, expand the core functionality more, or just start adding content? Um, and then there's also the question of visualization. How are we going to get the visuals working? Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I will get the visuals down to really make it come full circle. Well, well, well. Who do we have here? It is me. Early stream. Um, to be honest, I really am not following the stream schedule. um, yeah, it's time. It is time for yet another stream. It's gonna be 99 days until we have a cool stream again. Well, 250. That's like a quarter of 1,000, right? So that's kind of cool. Day 250. 25%. The game is 25% done. No, I don't know if it'll actually take 1,000 days for the game to be done. I mean, it could be that like we finish this chemistry system in like a month or two from now, and then after that it's just like implement some of the progression stuff, polish some things up, add content, and then win the game. No, it's gonna take a while till the game's fully done. I was watching Stranger Things before joining. Um, there isn't a new season, is there? Were you watching one of the? What's the latest season? 5? Isn't season 5 the latest season, or is it season 4? I think it's I think it's season 4. I think season 4 is the most recent season. And that's the one where like minor spoilers, major spoilers actually, where Hopper is in the like I don't even like the is in like a Siberian prison or something. It's like there's like snow everywhere. I don't know. And then like no, I've probably described it well enough. I want to limit the amount of spoilers I'm doing. Yeah, season 5, the next season, which should come out soon enough, probably within 6 months. Um, is going to be the last season. So after that, no more Stranger Things. No, there's probably going to be some kind of spin-off. Well, I don't know. I mean, there's been a lot of time in between seasons with Stranger Things, so it doesn't have as much cultural inertia. I feel like that would make it less likely to receive like sequels and stuff like that. I'm on season 3, episode 7. So you're in the I don't want to I don't want to spoil that season for you. Well, I guess I gave you a season 4 spoiler. Hopefully you either were okay with it or, you know. Yeah, season 3 is the episode 7. You probably already know. Okay, you muted. That's good. Season 3 is the okay. So season 1 was the worm, right? In the big cloud. Season 2 was the demodogs. The demodogs. Season 3 was the meat monster, the big giant meat monster. Season 4, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. But it seems like they kind of are creating the world as the seasons go along. Like I don't think this was planned to begin with. Um what is the best Stranger Things monster? Well, no, you did have the actual Demogorgon in season 1, but it was like one Demogorgon. And in season 2, it was Demodogs. So lots of smaller Demogorgons. Season 3, Meat Monster. Um, I have no idea what the best season is. Season 4 was pretty good, I think. Season 3 was probably I really don't know. Season 2, my memory isn't that good. I want to say I'm trying to think which ones I enjoyed the most. I like how it grows up. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Season 2 kind of felt like they didn't know where to go next. But then season 3 felt a little bit gimmicky. I like how it was like D&D IRL. Yeah. Kind of interesting, like imagine trying to explain this plot line to someone who has no idea about the show. It's like, yeah, so it's like in the 80s, there's this group of friends, they go on bikes and stuff. Also, there's like these interdimensional monsters, and they like, one of the friends has like a connection to this like demon monster from the D&D universe, and they go on an adventure, they go into another dimension, and they save the friend, but they figure out the friend isn't actually completely safe, and it's just like, I mean, on paper, it's like, wow, there's a lot going on here. Or it seems like you couldn't merge those genres together very easily. But I guess, I mean, a lot of things are like that. They did it. You can do it. You can actually merge. You can just merge those together. That's what Stranger Things did. Because like, there's a lot of there's grounded elements. There's like realistic elements and like down to earth elements, like funny, haha, wholesome moments, combined with like interdimensional threats and like the most high stakes stuff ever. It's interesting. Also, the initial ad break is starting. I need to cleanse the stream. Oh my god, you haven't even gotten to the Eddie season yet. Wow. That's crazy. You might have seen like clips and you may be familiar with the character. Because Eddie is introduced in season 4. PK talking to himself. That is something I do quite often on stream. In fact, it's when there's no one in chat, it's technically when I'm doing all the time. I would love to hear what he's saying. Ah, you're in the ad break. I see, I see. I wasn't sure if it like sometimes the people who get the ad breaks, it's like kind of inconsistent. Okay. Um chemical particles. Yeah, so our collision is working. I kind of want to print the individual results. I'm still in Roblox mode. That is kind of frustrating. Like, you can't get too comfortable with one language before it, like, inevitably bleeds into the other language you're working with. I mean, I guess it's easy to correct, but like, it's always going to interfere to some level. Like, unless it's like a fundamentally different language, like you're doing a completely different thing, like maybe JavaScript and CSS. then the workflows are kind of separated enough where you're kind of automatically reminded, hey, you're in a completely different language right now. And then it will thusly borrow memories from the correct neurons. So it's for a few years I've been using this line of describing human brain structure with like neurons and stuff. But as I've said before in other streams, it's not just neurons. It's like apparently it's like an outer shell of neurons, and then you have axons in the middle. Now it's kind of simplified, or it's now it's kind of an oversimplification. It feels like we need a better model. We need a better model to describe these things. It works though. I mean, it's still functional. You are no longer a schizophrenic now. Congratulations to me. Welcome back, Dino. Okay, this is going to return an array of dictionaries. For, oh, hold on. For result in results, console print new line, result. I guess it was kind of printing the entire thing before. Where's your screen chat at? I hope it's not messed up again. Hold on, I'm fixing it. Okay, I clicked the refresh button. That might do it. I really need to improve the setup I'm using. I need to look up OBS plugins for multi-streaming. Or like a better way to do it. Like a combined chat feature could be helpful too. Although that's probably one of the more minor things. There you go, Dino. It works. Thank you for pointing that out. It did. I kind of want to expand on the spider faction at some point. I want to make like mini biomes where they can spawn in or something like that. Why isn't there a TV there? Where's the couch? Why are the walls white pillows? It's true. That's true. Hmm. Is it colliding with the dragon's head? Is that what's going on there? Collider, tile map. Whoa. Whoa. Can I find a barrel? Rigid body 2D. This might be the one. Jeez. Okay, I think it is registering the collisions. Oh my god. I should have looked at what it was called. I think it was Collider. I just closed the editor. Fantastic. Incredible. I can also look it up. Let me get that pulled up really quick. Godot intersect shape. Godot physics direct space state 2D. Intersect shape. Okay, collider. That's the one. And that returns a rigid body, so we should be able to check on the rigid body directly if it is an entity or not. Are those ores? There are ores in the game right now. Yes. Which I think you'll probably be able to break for some experience. I don't know if there's going to be like inventory systems so you can collect ore, so you can take it back to your dragon forge and make a iron pickaxe and shovel. Missed so much. They've been in the game for a while, but I recently added them back into the actual generation, so you might have just never seen them before. But they have technically been in the game for a while. Video only got 51 views. If you keep going, you will figure out how to make more successful videos. The challenging part is just not stopping, not getting discouraged. But if you keep going and you pay attention to what makes the video successful, and you sort of treat that as like an active process, like you pay attention to it, you put effort into that side of things, you will eventually have a successful video. I think it's because they didn't add hashtags. I think hashtags are probably worth adding, but they won't carry a video. They won't. The most important thing is like the basic metrics, like how long people watch the video, how many people swipe away. Yeah, that sort of thing. Like the hashtags might just change the audience that it targets. But then, you know, if you change the audience and then no one within that audience group actually watches it, it's not gonna be propagated through the algorithm. Well, then it would be added to people for you page. Added to people's for you page. Yeah, they're definitely. I think they're probably worth adding, for sure. What's up, Redstone? Welcome. Here we go. Okay. Result and result print result dot collider. I probably don't even have to do this. Wait, is that a valid way to index it? Let's see. Let's see. Oh my god. Whoa. Tile map. We gotta find a barrel. Jeez. Where are they? I can't find any barrels. Damn it. Got lemonade? Fantastic. Okay. Yes, it is working. It is working. We now have the world's most precise collisions ever made, ever. And I guess we're gonna have to do like a match statement. Indeed. Indeed, Redstone. Oh, by the way, Redstone. When you were mentioning the multi-meshing thing. Well, it's interesting because if I go to the CPU particles and I look up multi-mesh, this was like a moment for me. This was like a discovery moment. Okay. It's using multi-meshes. It's using multi-meshes, I think. I think, based off the evidence here. Which is kind of a relief for me. But I think it's going to take every single particle and draw it all at once. I think that's what it's doing. Curse YouTube asking me for either it's for kids or not. Time to get around it. It's also possible that I in some kind of inebriated state, changed all of the code here and made it work with um, the multi-mesh API, which I don't even know how to do, but no, I think this is going to save me some time for sure. I think I can use this as the final solution. I think I will be okay. There's probably, I did say this before, there's probably going to be some situations where I will use GPU particles. And I think you can get a lot more instances with those because more of the memory is on the GPU. Or, I guess, yeah, more the memory, more the calculations, probably. Like with CPU particles, the position calculations are done on the CPU, I think. Yeah, I saw it. Okay. Match. Wait, hold on. Variable. What would this be? Collider. Node 2D equals result.collider. How's your game going, Redstone? Get class. Will this work? Will this work? Is this how I do a match statement? Don't know. Godot's starting to piss me off. Why? Why? Godot cannot make any mistakes. Apparently, it doesn't like having 9,000 nodes in the scene. Wow, imagine. Godot L. I mean, that is like... That is a thing that happens. I've looked into entity component system implementations for Godot. I don't know if there are any that work right now with the latest version. But yeah, every node has a lot of like boilerplate stuff. And if you have 9,000 of them, I mean, depending on the behavior, that's all going to like multiply together. I honestly haven't worked on it in a few days. Dead. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, depending on the type of node, it'll probably affect it. Usually, I mean, I imagine it would just be like blocks and stuff, maybe. Trying to cut down on it. If it is like blocks, that I've tried to make systems like that before for games with like chunking and building systems. You kind of have to like combine the functionality of a bunch of blocks into one node if that is affecting it at all. Which I'm not sure that it is. Needs some of these nodes for destruction and such. How are you doing the destruction right now? Okay, let's see if it'll actually detect the class here. Because there's most definitely a way to reduce the amount of nodes you're using. Always. You can do everything in a single node, conceptually. I guess it isn't the destruction. That would be unfortunate because the destruction is fun. Destruction is a great addition to any game ever. Said how does it work, and I was like, good question. That's fair. Well, do you know what the nodes are being used for? I'm going to fix your problem through the screen right now. No, I can try and provide some kind of idea. Or I could maybe tell you what I would do. Although, you can probably figure it out. I mean, you can. You probably could create an idea. But I've been in plenty of situations before where of course I could come up with an idea. It's just like, oh, I have to come up with an idea now, that kind of situation. That's how it goes for me a lot anyways. Oh, it's not working. Damn it. Damn it. No. No. It may not be class, it may be script. Script. Entity. That looks a little bit nicer, syntactically speaking. I think one of the big issues is that I'm using marker 3Ds for each placing position on a block. So that's 6 nodes per 1 by 1 by 1 block. Yeah, that'll definitely affect it. I look back at chat and I have no idea what's going on. Dinah, we're you should learn about you should get into game development if you want to. So you can be nerds like us. You can be a big nerd. You can be a cool nerd. You know, people don't talk about this. They don't want you to know this, okay? Doctors hate me for this, but there's two kinds of nerds. There's the uncool nerd and then there's the cool nerd. You can be a cool nerd. People always talk about the uncool nerd. You be a cool nerd. Yes. Yes. I also talk to myself for multiple hours at a time. Depending on the day. But no, you can be the kind of nerd who, in a challenging situation, pulls out a gadget that they made and says, I can fix this. But this is the good nerd, the good ending nerd, okay? I'm rebranding nerdism. All right, you take out the gadget and you're like, I can fix this, and then it grows claws or something, metal claws come out of it. And then it starts crawling. It does something. I don't know what the problem would be. I haven't thought that far into the hypothetical. The Steelaminator. That could be the name of the device, for sure. Okay, it's working. Cool. So we are now colliding with this thing. We might need bidirectional collision this time. Like, we have to do it in both directions. I'm working on a video. I've been working on it all day, even during school. I see. That sounds like a potentially enjoyable project. I remember one time I had this, this history project. And it was like, you were able to make a video, you were able to make like one of those like poster board things. You had a bunch of options you could choose. I chose to make a video, which was probably one of the hardest options to choose, and I spent a lot of time and a lot of effort making the video itself, but the actual presentation of the video just ended up being like, I was basically just rattling off a list of events that happened historically, and it had like no cohesion. I don't think I got a good grade on that. And I was kind of, I hope the teacher didn't think I wasn't trying. It wasn't for lack of effort, because I was like, it was a video. I had to put in a bunch of effort to make the video. Sony Vegas, all right? I have to draw on some of it sucks, but I will keep working. You can do it. I believe in you. You'll get it done. You'll get it done. I went from 8 FPS on this super large vehicle to 50 FPS. Or, Dino, or you won't get it done, and you will fail school forever. But what's more likely here? Let's be real. Let's be real. Went from 8 FPS on this super large vehicle to 50 FPS. Whoa. Did that just now? Did that just now happen? Is there something you did? That's one thing that kind of frustrates me about scrap mechanic, is that larger vehicles are slower, but I know when they update the game in 20 years from now, they did do something like performance stuff. This is my day. All right, let me see. A link has been shared. Okay. Thank you for sharing this, Dino. It's good. It's good. Remove the markers. I see. That is what he said in the video, Dino. Alright. Console.printNewLine result.collider. That's not what we want to do. We're going to make a variable to represent the entity. This is stupid. I mean, now you know how to get the frame boost. Although I hope it's not going to be too much effort to fix it. It may not have his markers. Yeah. You could, jeez, for markers, it depends on how you're doing the blocks, but like you probably don't need you probably don't need to cache those, right? Like if you can find the block position, you can just calculate the marker position from there. Or if you need to know what faces you can place the blocks on, you could store that, and you wouldn't have to do it per instance. You could definitely avoid using a node for that, is what I would think. I used to do it like that until one day something happened. Right, we're gonna have to collide the systems manually here. Okay, let me close other tabs. Please. Please. I feel like we're talking about a non-art marker. Somebody once told me. That's true. That's fair. Oh, it worked. Let's save these. What the hell am I trying to do? Oh, entity. In Roblox Studio, you have to use a tilde to do the not equals for some reason, because it's evil. Because Lua's evil. No, Lua is actually Luau. Luau is the Roblox version, but Lua, because that's the one that has all the meta tables and everything like that, is so you can do anything in Lua. It's so permissive. It's crazy. You can literally just treat anything as anything in Lua. You can like you can just write the entire program in like a single script. Boom. Like you can have all your classes and stuff in a single script if you want, if you do it in the right way. You just get so much like control of the syntax, basically, of the conventions. You choose the conventions in Lua. I don't know how the performance is though in Lua. It's a very nice language though. Has very good uses. Very useful. In fact, dare I say, I kind of like working in Lua more than GD script. Dare I say. Should I learn Godot? Yes. Will I? No. We don't know for certain. We don't know for certain what's going to happen, what our future holds. Maybe that means you'll learn Unreal Engine. All right. I would recommend not Unity if you want to like be able to like not worry about the monetization side of things there. Honestly, I just recommend Godot. It's probably the most beginner friendly out of those three engines. And it gives you the most freedom over the stuff you make. You could stream it, Dino. You could make a game about dinosaurs if that was something you're interested in. Like you could train your dinosaur. How to train your dinosaur. If you want a job currently using Unity or Unreal, if you want easy, the chill life Godot. Unity and Unreal probably do look better on a job resume. And I mean, Unity and Unreal, they both have their advantages, but you can do anything. You can do anything in Godot. No, Godot allows the highest potential of things you can do, while simultaneously being the most beginner friendly. Yeah. There's no one hiring for Godot right now. A lot of Unreal jobs right now. I remember, like, when I was trying to apply for jobs for game development, it was literally, like, complete radio silence. I don't have any education, or any higher education. I don't have any former job in the relevant field. It was comical. It was comical. Time to set up right now. Do it, Dino. I won't stream, but I will work. Do it. Honestly, the streaming kind of distracts from the work sometimes. The reason I stream is so I can stay consistent at this point. But who knows, in the future, I could, I could be the next Mr. Beast for gaming, for video game development. Be Mr. Beast 2. Literally. What is y'all's advice for learning Godot? Figure out what you want to add. Figure out the first thing you need to add to make that thing, and then look up how to make that thing. Boom, and do that over and over again. That's what I recommend. So, I want to make a game about dinosaurs, where you can run around as a dinosaur. How do you make a running character in Godot? Look that up. Boom. Although I will say, if there's a completely original system you want to make, and there's nothing that's been done like that before, you won't be able to look that up. So start with the systems that have been made before, and then save the systems in your game that haven't been made before, or once you've learned how everything works. Unless all the systems in your game have already been done, never been done before, which seems very unlikely. I don't think that's possible, really. Like, this was going to be something there's going to be, like, resources for. Don't use AI. AI usually makes crappy code in my experience. Also, there's, like, ethics or whatever. I mean, people are losing jobs. People are losing jobs. And it's culturally kind of medically bad. By using it for, like, programming and stuff. Um, I don't really see any issue with that. But don't use it because it's bad, because it doesn't usually work. Also, you probably want to learn the skills yourself. That'll let you like do more ultimately. What do you use for making sprites, pixel ones? I use a sprite, which you can it's weird. You can either buy it or you can compile it yourself for free, which is like if you've ever modded a game before, Dino, it's kind of like just think of it like that and just go through the steps and get the build done. Look up a YouTube tutorial on how to get a build and then just lock in, do it, and you'll have a build of a sprite. That's kind of what I did. But you can also use GIMP. You can use Krita. Paint.net. I would not recommend Paint.net in this day and age. If you're doing vector graphics, you can use Inkscape. 3D Blender. A Spray. A Sprite. LibreSprite is the free version of a sprite, but it's a version or two behind. I see. So yeah, you can also use that. I don't know. It's not like an actual word, I don't think. It's not like a word that it has existed for a long time. It's a sprite. It's ASEPRITE, I think. And then there's Libri Sprite. I don't know how it's pronounced. You can also get plugins for that, which extend the functionality, which is always a nice feature. And of course, you can look for other software if you want. Those are the ones I typically use. All right, so how do we do the collisions here? Also, you have to update manually instead of Steam auto-updating. That's true. That's true. I would imagine. Maybe. Maybe. I haven't made a build of A-Sprite in a while, so I might actually be pretty far behind in terms of versions. I might just buy it at some point. Once I have disposable income, I'm going to pay back my debts to all of these open source softwares, I swear. Wikipedia, you're going to get a generous donation. Blender. There's one software I really wish I could donate to. I forget the one. It might be Wikipedia. That's not like a software though. That's like a platform. I might be misremembering though. It's because Wikipedia has guilted me with so many of those messages. Where it's like, we are going to die if you do not donate to our platform. No, that's not what they do, okay? And they're totally justified for doing it. Right? They're like the last bastion of knowledge, of like this massive library of knowledge in the modern age, okay? We need to protect it. We need to protect Wikipedia. I don't care that anyone can edit the articles, okay? It's peer reviewed. That's how guess what? All articles are written by people before like 2016, okay? Or no, that's way before AI. 2019. 2018. Some year. Not me having the hardest time trying to download something. Yeah, unfortunate. Just use LibreSprite unless you like the compiling. You might want to just go for LibreSprite. I mean, it's up to you. Do you want the extra bug fix that you get two versions ahead? Or do you want to keep your sanity and not have to compile it? 2018 had some LLMs. Yeah. I mean, I feel like the emergence of dead internet theory probably preceded the emergence of like ChatGPT. once it became like super publicly accessible a little bit. I mean, there could have been things like that as early as like 2016, or early. It could have been as early as 19. What, depending on your definition. 1998. Insert random year here. Yeah, how do we do these collisions? We like construct the entire universe. Entity equals other as entity. Chemical collision, duration, force normalized. What? Okay. I'd have to get the gas pressure, probably. Entity.system. Okay, then we append all of the reactants. So yeah, we're gonna have to make this go like both ways. Jeez, how do we want to do that? Whoa! Whoa! I downloaded it. Win. Look up a tutorial on doing your first ace writing. Okay, also do that, what Redstone said. In my chair, obey the laws of physics. Be very good. Or not, you know? I mean, if I had a flying chair, I could command. That'd be kind of cool. Think outside the box. Think outside the laws of physics. Well done, Dino. Do I want to make a function specifically for inverting a collision? How would that even work? Maybe. Maybe I could do that. Maybe I have to. Chemical collision. Oh. All we have is these reactants. Huh, okay. Function get inverted, which will return a chemical collision. I think we should be able to do this. Might have to provide some arguments, but probably make it work. Inverted dot duration equals duration. Now this part is interesting. Oh, I see. Okay. But like every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? So like the force we can just multiply by -1. Maybe. Perhaps. Um we also need to arrange the things correctly though. Reactants. Also, it's gonna have a target system that it collides with. So yeah. That being said, I think we can make this work. Oh, we need to get the directional contents. Damn it, dude. Okay. Maybe we can't do this right now. I lied. I lied. Save. Save my deception. CC equals chemical collision dot new. CC dot duration equals. That is in physics process. Physics ticks per second. We are already in physics process, so I think this is what we want. Force equals vector 2 collision force. Should I use pressure? Can I use pressure instead? I thought that was a thing I could do in reactants. Yeah, okay. So it's kind of like pressure, I guess. Okay, chemical something or other. We're going to get rid of all this. For components, an entity. No, that's not what I want. Or is it? Okay, there's directional contents. I think we would also want like outer contents. Surface area contents. Oh no. I mean, if we want to apply it all equally, we could. We could do that. What is it, Redstone? Has Dino successfully installed LibreSprite? Oh, did you know that there is a divided by equals and times equals like plus equals? Yes, I did. I forget what those are called. Incrementer? No, I don't know if that's incremental operator. Is that it? Is that the name for it? Isn't working. It's saying something isn't working. Dang. I mean, I feel like I might be confusing that with the plus plus operator, which I think is called the increment operator. Yeah, I think we'll use get outer contents here. Or might be able to use get directional contents. Omit contents at point. Right, I remember that too. I'm gonna re-download it and get rid of the gold files. Attempt number 2. Second time's the charm. Get outer contents. Get out. Get out. Just return an array by default. We need all of our systems. Whole system, contiguous system. Outer. Okay, return outer. Get outer contents. Yes. And then for contiguous system, we will just return contents. All right, chemical particles, instead of entity.system.get directional contents, we're going to use get outer contents. Um, reactant dot pressure. Wait, don't components have something like pressure too? Still didn't work. Did you install it for the right OS, Dino? Might want to double check. That's the only other thing I could think of that could be making it not work. If it's just like a simple extract and then run exe. Yeah, okay, so components have pressure as well. It's kind of like an internal pressure. So reactant dot pressure equals, we'll just say component dot pressure for now. Chemical collision dot reactants dot append reactant. Then what do we do after that? We do want to add the atmosphere. It's freaking time. Wait, what is this argument? I think that's it. Reactant dot create from component default component reactant dot force. Incredible. All right. System response equals system dot collide cc. This is One Direction. One Direction, like the band. Are they even relevant anymore? Probably not. Holy moly, what am I saying? I don't think so. I don't think they are. I'm just like, I'm just rambling at this point. Just saying whatever. Oh my god. Okay. Seriously, like that right there was probably the least I was thinking about what I was saying. That's cool. Oh, we might be able to temporarily use the new collisions for that, make them a little bit more accurate, but we're gonna switch to a different system pretty soon here anyways, so probably not worth doing. Something about things not being processed correctly. You're still working on the A-Sprite thing, I see. We're not getting any chemical collisions. What the hell? What the hell? It's printing something. What is that printing? What are you printing? I know what you're doing. Console.print new line. Misspelled it. Reaction. T.value. Combust. Is it the temperature value? And this is commented out, so it's probably printing this. Yeah. So it is checking for a combustion reaction, actually, but it doesn't have the right components. But this is only in one direction, so it would be like ash, wood, oxygen. So it is checking for it. Wait. Yeah, how's this getting called? What the hell? Why is this? Oh, that's for the default one. So it is checking this. Okay. And then we combust for every single temperature point. Okay. I see. I see. So it's working. It is now working. And yeah, if we have ash, wood, and oxygen, because we're adding the atmosphere to the collision. We have wood and oxygen at that point, which means it can check for an oxidation reaction. Cool. Now we will get it to work in the other direction. So, wherever the hell it is, chemical particles. Can we invert this? Okay, we're going to call this self-collision. Try and make this a little more compact. Now we'll make the other direction. Other collision equals chemical collision.new. Make sure we're not mentioning the self-collision anywhere here. Other collision.duration equals 1. Yep, that's correct. For component in system dot get outer components or outer contents. Reactant equals reactant dot create from component reactant dot pressure equals component dot pressure oc dot reactants dot append reactant atmosphere dot add to collision oc entity dot system. Yep. And then here we will add entity system when we add it to the collision. Other response. No! Oh my god. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, I see, I see. Entity.system.collide. That's what we have to do. And if we see like another chemical particles implementer here, we can just do one directional. We're gonna have to do so many tweaks to all these different calculations. Yeah, Dino, I believe in you. You can do this. Just keep at it. I know that these kinds of problems can be very annoying. You did it! You did it! If you did, then congrats. You can now get your Libri Sprite on. Libri Sprite. Oh no. Oh no. Run. Run away. Run away from the sound. Oh my god. I really gotta fix that. Barrel. Where are the barrels? So now we should be getting multiple... Okay, it's printing the same thing. So it could be working, it could not be working, you know? I mean, many things. Also, it seems like the collision is inaccurate because we should be getting more collisions than this, although it's not too terrible. Actually, it is kind of working now that I'm looking at it. Seems like the radius might be a little bit off. Might want to double that. I know we were like thinking before, like, oh, maybe it won't work or something. Maybe it doesn't change over time. I forget what system we're using exactly to make that work. And to make it into a shortcut, not just drag it over my desktop. My defense, I had to click more options to click make into shortcut. Assuming it was the exe, the exe might work on its own, but figured it out. Yeah, let me just see if I can fix the collision really quick. p.transform.columns0.length. Maybe we won't multiply by 0.5, but then that's like radius. Okay. All right. Build. 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 There you go. Okay. So, I mean, this is it now. Now our fire breath is integrated into the chemistry engine, and we can just use chemical particles wherever, you know? We got to get the visualization going, though. Okay, I'm kind of getting an idea of how this is going to work. So, entity implementer will have its own visualization, depending on the different element. The elements and the components and the reactants and everything is going to have visual information specific to it that can be used by all the different implementers. But yeah, particle implementer, it's going to have its own visualization. Entity implementer, own visualization. Tile implementer, own visualization. Atmosphere, own visualization. We might reuse some things between different implementers. Yeah, like for fire, right? We could do that. Like if something is just over a certain temperature, and then we could see the state of the current element and see that it's a gas, and then just pass that information into shader parameters. So like turn up the gas amount, and then turn up, the heat, which we'll have some sort of calculation that automatically determines the color temperature. And then anything else we need from that, and then visualization, I mean, it's going to be kind of a robust shader for sure, but we have like an avenue to do this. Now, if we were to turn a barrel into metal, it's possible. It's definitely possible. I just don't know how feasible it's going to be. Like we could add some shader parameters to have like a metalness override or change the texture maybe. We might need some override kind of capabilities, but yeah, if we change the outer material of the barrel, we could just adjust the shader parameter for that. I'm trying to think of other situations. With a hot air balloon, if the gas expands, oh right, we need the expansion. We need to be able to expand the systems. I guess we can increase the scale for that. Anyways, my whole point with this is that we have like I can see the finish line here. This. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. Let me test this collision really quick. Also, welcome back, Dino, if I didn't already say that. I'm not noticing any bad performance stuff, so this is like really loud. Yeah, trying to make the collisions more precise. Where are the freaking barrels? Okay, here we go. That one didn't collide, so that's good. Got 2 collisions there. That time it collided. Okay, it seems to be working better now. 52. That should have collided 68. Okay. That should have collided 76. That should have collided 96. That should have collided 108. I wasn't paying close enough attention. It looked like it might have threaded into between the barrel though. Also, PK put something in the Discord. I will have to take a look. In fact, I'm about to end stream, so let me take a look right now. Let me look right now. That'll cap it off. It'll cap off the stream. Next stream, I guess we could look into visualization. We also got to consider networking on all of this. Honestly, we have like a good hierarchy of like functions and stuff like that, so I feel like it won't be too difficult to replicate. It might just be as simple as like calling the same function twice. Hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, it's very sad. My streams have been really short recently. But I've been very busy off stream. Hold on, I gotta switch accounts here. Switching to my business account. I can't click the gear icon. This is awesome. This is freaking awesome. Please. It's literally, okay, the user interface for Discord is literally not working. Oh, there we go. Okay. Lots of business. Yeah. This is my business email. We need to get those deployables out pronto on the Dublo. Have a good week. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Got a lot of good work. I don't know how the hell did people talk? Whoa, this looks cool. The large thruster. Here, let me show the stream. Let me show the stream. Check it out. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I will work on my game, trust. I trust you, Dino. Good luck. Got ads? No, no. It says it starts in 4 minutes. What the hell? No. 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 Oh, there we go. Okay. I was about to start playing guitar. Have you survived? Welcome back. I don't know why. Why did it give you 10 seconds of ads? It's like, oh, pranked. It's just pranking me now. It's just messing with me. Twitch is messing with me. Because I kept putting the ad break on snooze, so it should not have started yet. Alright, well, we did it. We've propagated the collisions. Guys, next stream, it is going to start getting a little bit real. It's going to be it's going to be the visualization stream. I mean, next time I decide to work on it. Not literally the next stream. That's right. All of this random shit we've been making, we're actually going to, like, visually represent it to the player. And then after that, it's going to be one crazy-ass system. You're going to be able to do a lot of weird, crazy, eccentric, idiosyncratic, peculiar, abnormal, divergent things with this system. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. No, I mean, but like thinking about it, like, you know, you can set barrels on fire with this system. You should be able to. Eventually, we'll probably be able to manage converting. I mean, we already do convert elements, so why not just be able to convert what's on the outside of the barrel? You could have a spell that converts a wooden barrel to a metal barrel. That would be sick. That'd be sick as hell. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Barrels on fire, yeah. Barrels on fire. Strong desire. Does anyone get that reference? If you watch YouTube videos, you'd know. So anyone who watches YouTube videos understood exactly what I meant by that. Obviously. It's there's this scene from one of the Rocky movies that got recommended to me once on YouTube for some reason, and the song in it is a bop. It's a bop. It's a training montage. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I wouldn't necessarily recommend looking it up. It's like, it's, you know, it's cool. If you want to see it, then look it up. I don't, you know, I don't know anything. I'm just a dumb idiot. I'm going to end stream here. So thank you everyone who stopped in. Guys, next stream, it is going to, I mean, next time when the next step for the chemistry engine is going to be insane. It's going to be crazy. So yeah, thank you everyone who stopped in. Thank you Dino, and thank you Redstone. I will see you all in the next one, guys. See you later. Take care.